everyone. Welcome to episode 28. So excited to be doing the sixth love story on the podcast. Today we have the amazing Dela and Francis in the house.
Woo-hoo!
Yes! I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. You guys can tell the energy is already very high. Dela, what's up, girl?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you, Michelle?
I am good. Thank you for gracing me with your presence. Francis, how's it going?
It's going great, Michelle. Thanks for having us on your podcast.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, guys, let's get into it. Let's start with how it all began. How did you guys meet?
Francis and I met at a wedding. He was a groomsman and I was a bridesmaid. I was not supposed to be a bridesmaid in that wedding. It just happened that one of the bridesmaids had something come up, so she convinced me to be in the bridal party. And I did not know Francis until we danced, during the reception. Yeah, so that's how we met.
So, first of all, I just want to say, look at how the Lord works, Dela. The fact that you were not even supposed to be at this wedding, but look what the Lord has done. Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Amen. Okay. And actually, one question I forgot to ask in the beginning was, how long have you guys been married? Just to give people a little bit of context.
2 years?
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
Sorry, I was like
2 years and some months.
yeah,
Yeah.
2 years.
Wait,
2
it's
years and some
2
months.
years and 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wow.
Wow. Well, congratulations on 2 years and a month. That's really, really exciting. So it's we have people with like some experience in the house today. Okay, so let's go back to the story. So, I mean, Francis, we've heard Dela's side of the story. You know, she said she didn't know you until you guys danced at the reception. How about for you, Francis? When did you notice my beautiful friend?
I noticed that during the rehearsal dinner, she was really quiet, and I was like, oh, that's a quiet lady, and I'm more of the loud person, so I guess opposite attracts, right? So the loud guy tries to talk to the quiet girl, and yeah, that was it. That was how I noticed that she was really quiet, and I wanted to see what was behind that quiet person or that quiet mouth or face.
Wow.
You even reminded me because I found him extremely annoying because everyone kept mentioning his name.
But Dela
Francis,
finds
Francis.
everyone annoying.
That's so true. I was gonna say, Dela, I mean, this is very typical of you because you told me after we became friends that you didn't like me the first time you met me. But anyway, we're going to move on from you because this is a story about the two of you. So, okay. So Francis, when you noticed her, did you say anything at the rehearsal dinner or you kind of just waited until the next day?
No, I said hello to her. Did I ask you if you're Nigerian?
No, I was the one that asked
Oh,
you.
okay. Yeah, I said hello to her, and then she asked me if I was Nigerian. And I
No,
was,
no, not at the same time. I asked someone if you were Nigerian. I didn't
oh,
ask
looks like
you.
someone was checking me out and
I
talking
can
to
see.
us about me.
No, but you said hello and I think did you give me a handshake? I can't remember. But it was a very brief, like
Interaction.
yeah, very brief. Yeah.
Okay. So Della, in other words, like when you saw me, you're just like, oh, okay, it's just a groomsman, but you didn't catch feelings in that moment.
Come on, I don't catch feelings like that.
I mean, right now you're married, Sha. You can't be catching feelings, but I see what you
She
mean.
was catching feelings. When she saw me, she just melted.
No, no, no. During the reception, yes. But then the first time I saw him, I was like, this guy is so annoying. Like, why is everyone mentioning his name? Yeah. But then during the reception, I was like, oh, that's a nice guy.
Oh, but okay. So the things that they were mentioning, was it just like random things, or was like nice things? What exactly were people saying?
So here's the thing. Francis was everyone really liked him there. The old people, even to the point where people were trying to set him up with their daughters. That's how he was at the wedding. And even the bride wanted to set him up too. So you can imagine, like, a lot of people were talking about him, and he's like, very personable, likes to help people. So everyone was like, oh, this is a nice guy, this is a nice guy. So I think that's what kind of rubbed me off the wrong way because like
Mm.
what's so special about him? Like why is everyone talking about him? Yeah, so that's for me that's where my annoyance came from because I was like, he's just a guy like everyone else, like you know.
Ah, I see, I see.
Mhm.
But well, clearly the next day changed things, Stella, because that annoyance turned into something else. So let's talk about the reception now. What happened?
So at the reception, he asked me to dance. Actually, he dragged me to dance. So we danced all night
I think I
long.
asked you to
No,
dance.
no, 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 no. You just held my hand and then.
Yeah, held your hand.
But
So
that's
like, do
not
you want to
asking.
dance?
No, no, no. You didn't say, "Do you want to dance?" It was kind of like, "Oh, the music is playing," and then you just guided me to the
Oh,
dance floor. But you didn't ask me, "Do you want
you
to
could have said
dance?"
you don't want to dance.
No, but I
Wh-
didn't mind it, so I was like,
But
yeah.
did you enjoy dancing?
Oh yeah, I
Were you
thoroughly
desperate
enjoyed
to
it.
dance with me?
No, I wasn't desperate to dance.
This
I
is the
wasn't.
funniest thing.
I
Okay,
wasn't.
so
No.
clearly, Della, something
I'm just,
happened.
I'm just picking on you.
So Della, clearly something then happened after you guys started dancing, right? And you said you guys danced all night long. Please tell me more. Tell me more.
All night long. All
All
Oh,
night, all night, all night. Yo, Francis, thank you for breaking into song. Do you know when I do these episodes, sometimes I'm like really tempted to break into song, but nobody does it with me. So thank you for starting this all night long song.
yeah. So we danced and then we talked a bit, right? And then people began to notice. People were like, "Ooh, what's going on?" So I remember when Francis was, I think at this point we were at a different location.
No, we exchanged numbers on the dance floor. I had
No, that
already
was after
taken.
at the end of everything, was it not?
No, I already took your number, and
Oh,
then
before we,
when we went to
yeah.
the bars, people were like, "Have you taken a
Oh
number?" I'm
yeah.
like,
So
"I've
when we
already
went to
taken
the
a
bar,
number."
like a lot of people noticed, were like, "Oh, Della, who's this guy? You know, do you know he lives in Baltimore?" Like, so people could tell that there was some kind of chemistry. Uh,
Mm.
yeah,
And
yeah. So
and
we,
also, I guess what was the point of people saying, "Do you know he lives in Baltimore?"
I guess they could tell that something was
They were
happening.
like, "Madam, don't catch feelings if it's going to be
Right.
long distance."
Because
Yeah.
you were in a different city or different state, right? Okay, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so
Hmm.
what happens at the bar?
At the bar, we just continued to dance, and then we're chatting, and folks, like a few friends came by, and were like, "Oh, you should take her number. Oh, you should take his number."
Yeah.
But we had already exchanged numbers,
Hmm.
Can I just say,
and
Francis, you move very quick.
if you see a beautiful lady like Della, you have to move quickly,
That is
or someone
true.
else would move before you. So I had to be quick.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so then what happens after this bar, I guess, scenario situation?
After the bar, that was it. Everyone went to their room. I guess it would
Yeah.
have been a better story if we had spent the night together, but Della is
No,
a pastor's
it
child.
wouldn't have been a better
Okay.
story.
Della is a pastor's child. The
because
Lord. Della is a woman of
because
God.
how do I meet someone the very first day? I feel like that would have been tough for me to do.
the I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that we could have just stayed in a room together. I'm not saying don't take your mind too far, babe. Calm down.
No, no, no.
Easy calming down. She's
I'm
like,
just I'm just listening to this.
this is a no judgment podcast by Michelle
Unpacking love.
on
Yeah,
Packing Love.
yeah, yeah.
And love shouldn't be judgmental.
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
Exactly.
Everyone went to their rooms, and yeah, we just kept texting each other about
yeah.
how fun the night was, like us dancing together, and that we both had a good time.
Hmm.
And yeah, we continued our conversation after I left for Baltimore, and she stayed in Boston.
Yeah,
But we didn't like talk anything about relationship. It was more about, oh, it was good hanging out. Oh, you're a cool person, that kind
yeah.
of thing. Yeah,
It was just trying to build like some kind of friendship.
friendship.
Although on my end, hmm, I already knew that I liked him and I wanted something more than just being friends. But then it was just kind of like waiting and like trying to get to know him more and you know Yeah.
Okay. So then how long did it take you guys, I guess, from that point to like then be in a relationship? How did that conversation even happen? Where did it happen?
I can go. So I asked her to come with me to a wedding as my plus one. So we went for that wedding, and we're still like trying to figure everyone out, like trying to see what is out there for us.
Wait,
Not out
and
there, but as
Francis,
in,
Francis, where was the wedding?
oh, the wedding was in California, and it was, I think, a month after meeting
Yeah.
her. So a month after meeting her, I asked her to be my plus one to a
Was it in
friend's
San
wedding in
Francisco?
California. Yes, San Francisco.
I really wanted you to say San Francisco so I could be like, Peru, para.
Far. For a second, I thought you were going to be like Francis, San Francisco, and then give me a rhyme. But Misha wanted, I'm in San Francisco, German.
Exactly. Okay, cool. Wow. So within a month of meeting each other, you guys, well, you asked
Yeah,
her
she
to be
was
your
my
plus one to
plus
the wedding.
one. Yeah, to the wedding.
Wow.
So during the wedding, I got to know her some more, and then I came back to Boston. I had a final round for my job interview in Boston. So I texted her, and the plan was to just, my interview was on Friday. So I decided to just extend my flight and then leave Boston on Sunday.
Wow.
So I had my interview, and after my interview, I had asked her if I could crash at her place.
Mm-hmm.
So I crashed at the rest place after the interview. And right after the interview, sleeping, I was just complaining to the ladder. I don't think I was going to get an offer. It was a tough interview, blah,
Mm,
blah, blah. Then I went to her room to nap while she worked on her laptop in her kitchen. And whilst she was encouraging me that, oh, it'll work out, don't worry, and all of that good stuff. And
mm.
while snapping, I got a call that I got an offer. So
Wow,
that
that
was really
quick.
good news. Yeah.
Yeah.
So same day. So that was
Oh,
very
wow.
good news. We went out to celebrate that evening.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, still we were friends, nothing official then. But then I just felt that the stars were aligning, or that's not what they say. That, okay, I have a job in Boston. I'm going to relocate from Baltimore to Boston. And there's this beautiful, smart girl, like lady that I'm talking to, and she's cool person. And so, yeah, so I came back to Boston again. So after the whole interview, I think a month or two
Mm-hmm.
later, I came back to Boston.
This part where you have a job interview in Boston, tell the people, was it because you had met Della or had you always wanted to move to Boston? Like, what was the story there?
I think a better story to tell the folks is that I moved here for Della.
How about you tell the truth, Francis? Tell the
Tell
truth.
the truth and shame the devil.
The truth is I moved here for Della.
That's not
But
true.
the real truth is that whilst in Baltimore, I just had this whole, I don't know, like my final year of my PhD, I thought Boston was the place to be. And I really don't know why I thought that way, but it was just that Boston was it for me. And I just felt that Boston had everything that I was looking for in terms of jobs. And that if I wanted to work in pharma, there were a lot of pharma companies in Boston. If I wanted to do a postdoc, there are good universities here. If I wanted to do consulting, like all the top consulting
Gotcha.
firms are in Boston. So it's like Boston was the place, like Boston was the next dream. Boston was my mecca.
Wow.
Little did you know that he who finds a wife in Boston finds a good thing. Wow.
Say it again. Michelle, I came to Boston for my Mecca, and then I found
Forever.
my forever. I found my Ameria here.
I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so now you're at the point where you said you came back to Boston a second time after you'd gotten the job.
Yeah,
Okay, so what happens there?
and that was when I asked her out, and she acted like she didn't understand what I was
No,
asking
no,
her.
no,
She
no.
was trying to play
No, honestly,
hard to get
no, no. Honestly, when you asked me out, I thought it was a joke because
because I'm a comedian.
no, 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 because prior to that, right, we had conversations about, okay, like, what's going to happen next. And at that time, like Francis had mentioned that, he's in Baltimore, I'm in Boston. He really doesn't want to do long distance, because
Mm.
that was something that we had to think about. Like, do we really want to do long distance? Like, is it worth it to do long distance? So when he came and he asked me to be his girlfriend, I honestly thought he was like making like jest, because like if you know Francis, he likes to play around a lot. So like at that point, I was just like, I don't even know if like what we are doing is going anywhere. So when he
Mm.
asked, like, in this, it seemed very playful. So I was just like, don't mock me. Like, it's not funny. But then he was actually very serious. So yeah.
So when he asked you, what did you say yes right away? Francis is saying that you're
Oh
pretty hard to
yes,
get.
I said yes after I realized that it wasn't a joke. Yeah, I was very happy, like, when I realized, okay, he's actually asking me to be his girlfriend.
And I was also very happy when she said, yes, of course.
I didn't say, of course, Francis. Just said yes.
Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so from the time that you had met to the point where you officially got into the relationship, like how much time had passed?
I think we met in, was it March or May?
No, we met in May. Relationship started, I want to say, like September.
September? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So you had like a solid friendship period that you were building there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So now, you guys start dating. And of course, I think actually at this point, Della, what year are we in the story? Is this 2019?
No, this is 2018.
2018. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. So then you guys start dating and you guys are in the same city. So
Mhm.
there was no long distance at this point, which was what
No,
was
no,
great.
no. Dating,
Oh,
but different cities.
wait,
Oh
what do
yeah,
you mean? Oh,
he
you
didn't
hadn't
move
moved?
yet
No,
until the
I moved
following
in
year.
2019.
Yeah.
Gotcha, gotcha. Oh, so you guys did the long distance thing. For how long?
Yeah. Because there was how do we call it, an end goal, right? I knew I was moving. So we did
Mm.
that from September 2018 till I moved in
So
July 2019.
yeah.
Okay,
So that
okay.
would be 3 plus 6, almost 9 to 10 months. Wow.
Wait,
Of long distance.
September
Yeah.
to
So
July.
let's say even if it was
It
the
was
end of
like 10
September,
months.
yeah, 9 to 10 months.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that would be
Yeah.
3 months on the look at us doing math on your
I
podcast.
know.
Yeah, okay. So 10 months of long distance relationship. So I guess how did you guys get through that? And how was long distance for you guys?
I
Because I
didn't
don't
like it. I honestly, because during this time, Francis was wrapping up his
PhD.
PhD. Yeah, so I remember, he always told me that I think of love as a storybook. He still says that now.
Yeah.
So like for me, my idea of like dating someone was like, oh, you always talk on the phone, you talk till the person sleeps. This guy was not like that. It was almost as if he was in a hurry every single time. And I had to learn that, like, okay, this is someone that, is working towards something. Like, he's a
Mm,
grown man. He's not like a little boy, And so there was a lot of unlearning that I had to do on my end. And it took some time for me to get there. Because I would always complain. I'm like, oh, we don't talk for long. And he's like, that's because I'm, in lab. I have experiments and all of that. But yeah, that was an interesting phase.
Oh, you make me sound really mean.
No, no, no,
Oh, I'm
no,
just being
no, 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 no,
Francis.
no,
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 you
no,
don't sound mean. I mean,
no.
she painted the picture well, right? Like she said, you were not a small boy, like you were a grown man trying to
Yeah,
figure
like
life
this
out.
is someone who's like wrapping up, his PhD. He's doing a lot of work.
But
Um,
babe, I still made time
no,
for
you
you.
still made time, but like from my from the way I thought, like, a relationship would be, I literally thought like we'll talk on the phone for like 5 hours, and then I'll watch you
Mm.
sleep, and then you watch me sleep. But
Hey,
it was, I know.
You said, hey, wait. So
this
Della,
one
actually,
there,
let's
Adam and
unpack
Eve,
that. Adam, let's unpack that,
biting
Della.
one apple virtually.
Your Francis is actually a comedian. Dela, let's talk about these expectations, right? Like, where did the expectations come from that you had in your mind about what the relationship would look like?
Sweet Valley High School.
No, no, no. It was, I think, like, when I used to
Lollywood.
talk to, not Nollywood, when I used to talk to, like, other guys, that it didn't end up anyway. Like, they had a lot of time on their hands, and that's because they were not doing anything. So I literally had them, like, I'll just call them, and they were not doing anything. So they had all the time in the world. But the difference was like, okay, this guy I've met has a goal. He's in a very rigorous program. He's trying to wrap things up. I wasn't putting myself in his shoes. So I was kind of like, well, it has to be this way. Like, if you don't do it this way, it means you don't love me.
I
And
see.
also, he's not the type of person and that's something I've realized. Like, not everyone shows love, like, the same way. So I wasn't looking at the fact that he will travel to come see me.
Oh.
He will pay for me to come see him. I wasn't thinking of that. I was just thinking about, the one, you know, oh, we don't talk like an hour plus on the phone, so therefore you don't love me. But then there were other things that he was doing that was like going above and beyond. So
Hey, I
yeah.
love it. Can I just say, Francis, you sound like a financial puppy at this point because the way she's like, he was paying for me to come see him.
She
Ah,
was
okay.
getting she was getting flown out.
Yes, I got flew, okay.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so Della, it sounds like it was a bit hard in the beginning to kind of like adjust
Mhm.
your expectations, right? Of like what the
Hmm.
relationship would look like. How about you for you, Francis? Like, how was the long distance relationship?
On my end, like I really find long distance relationship to be a bit stressful because it's expectations can be a bit shaky and weird. But so in the very beginning, I realized, okay, Della wanted us to be talking on the phone all the time. She wants, like, oh, even if you're in lab, set up the camera so that I'll watch you do your experiments and then we can talk. But then if I do that and if I fetch wrongly or I end up taking 20 mils instead of 10 mils, I'm like, okay, what is going on? That kind of thing. So in the beginning, it
Mm.
was just us setting the expectations
Hmm.
that was good for us, even though it was a bit tough on the lines. Like we're all making adjustments, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That okay, how do I set this expectation? How do I get this done? That kind of thing.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if I come to Boston, right? She also had roommates, right? You guys are there, and it's a bit uncomfortable. Okay, a guy is coming to sleep in the house, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
And also in Baltimore too, I also had roommate, but I don't think my roommates care that much with a lady coming to stay in the house.
Hmm.
That kind of so those are things that we just had to
Yeah.
figure out, like adjust and all of that.
Hmm.
Mm.
And also I was a graduate student, so not making that much. So figuring that part also out as well, right? That okay, flying to Boston, do you need to get a hotel, that kind of thing, or do you need to crash at your woman's place? Like that. So just figuring all those things out was useful and also important for us just to find our footing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see. I
But
see.
Della was
Okay.
like really thoughtful, very kind, very supportive about everything. Like we both tried to make things work.
Hmm.
I mean, and
Yeah.
you did clearly successfully. Look where you are now. It's like, we tried our best. That's
Yeah.
really sweet. I like that a lot. It sounds like for you guys, there was some communication, which was like, talking on the phone, where time permitted. And then also like during the trips. How often were you guys flying, I guess, to see each other? Do you remember?
So I think we had events, right? Like
Hmm.
we spent Thanksgiving together. We would
Hmm.
spend like my graduation, or if there's like it was because like in the US there are events happening all
Oh,
the time,
like
like
birthdays.
birthdays, that kind
Yeah.
of thing, Mother's Day,
Mother's Day.
because it's around your birthday, so you
Oh,
can.
okay. Okay. Because when you say Mother's Day, it's like,
No, you were not a mother then, but then you came to how do we call it, Baltimore?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gotcha, gotcha. I love that a lot. Okay, so you guys, you made it through long distance, which is amazing. So how was let's now fast forward to when Francis then moved to Boston. How was How was that? How was the excitement of having each other in the same city? Did it take some adjusting, or was it mostly like good stuff?
Oh, let me go with
I
this
think we
one.
were fighting a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
When I
Yeah.
moved, it was now us getting to know each other really well, like being in the same space.
Mm.
But then I think what really caused it was for my new job, right? I was consulting and I was traveling. So I was on the road from Monday to Thursday. I get back on Friday, like on Thursday night. So then either she'll see me Thursday night and we'll hang out over the weekend. So it was more like, okay, you've moved, but then we are still not getting to hang out, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then we're
Mm.
hanging out over the weekend. And also, okay, now you're work. It was just still the same lingering communication thing that
Yeah.
why you told me because you are wrapping up your PhD, so we couldn't talk on the phone all the time. And now because you are in this job that you are doing, you are with clients all the time, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that
Mm.
also brought up the whole
Yeah.
argument like, why is this happening? Does he really like me or what is going on? That kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That was another adjustment that we had to make, because like the traveling piece too was a big one
Yeah.
as well.
And also just us getting used to each other's space, right? The
Mhm. Oh yeah, I remember. This is so funny. I remember the when
when he
you
spilled
moved.
food on my kitchen
Oh
table
yeah,
and I was
I
like,
think that was just like, after driving for how long, but then like getting your
the law
your
makes me drive all the
license,
time.
like getting your okay, this is not the time to.
Okay.
Michelle, they ask you who drives the most. So one other thing that happened was when Francis moved and he was getting settled and stuff. Like the people in my life know that I like to give people direction. Like I like to tell people what to do. So I think me telling him, "Oh, you should do things like this. You should do it like this. You should do it like this." Like there was a bit of a personality clash, because it's one thing to be, talking to someone on the phone, and it's one thing to like see them in person and have that interaction. So there were a few bumps in the road, like,
Mhm.
with that as well.
I see, I see. And how did you guys, I guess, get through the fighting?
I
We
think,
just go through the
yeah,
I was
because
gonna say besides God's grace, how how did you manage to get through it?
I
I
think,
think we just like you just have to something has to give, right? Like
mhm,
just trying to understand that okay, this is what would happen, right? That with the work that he's doing, it's Thursday night, he gets back. So what we planned was that with my jobs, I was getting freed in on Thursdays. So Thursday nights was more like we'll go out and eat, and that would be on my work credit card, that kind of
Okay.
thing. So
Mm-hmm.
it was more like our date on Thursday night
mhm,
happening. And also realizing that okay, Dela wants this. So on my way to work texted that, oh, I'm up, I'm going to work. Oh, I just finished work. This is what happened, that kind of thing. Just
yeah,
because
Mm.
something has to give. You just can't be stuck in your own ways and be like, okay, I'm not doing this. I'm not,
right,
this is me. That can't work.
yeah, yeah,
And they'll also realize, okay, I just can't be given instructions. This is what I can do to help, that kind of thing. So
yeah,
it was both of us like just finding a
middle ground,
middle ground. Yeah,
yeah,
like what can I do so that there is peace? Not peace, but then how can we reconcile on this?
I
yeah.
see, I see.
I think one of the other things that we did was we did that test. You remember I
Oh
made
yeah,
you do
yeah,
that test, the love
yeah, the
languages
love
test,
language.
just to prove a point that me, I like quality time. That's actually why we did the test, so that like he would understand, And I remember when Francis did the test, I think he scored lower on gifts. And then he sends me a text and he's like, actually, the test is wrong. I like gifts. Just so you know.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so I think doing that also helped us. Okay, so your idea of like, showing love to someone is not the person's idea of being loved,
Very true.
So just learning that, and also like, okay, if I'm busy with work, you need to understand that, it's not that I don't like you, it's just that I'm working on something that I've never done before. So like, the first few times will take a bit of time, but then as time goes on and I get better at what I do, I'll be able to like, have more time to spend with you type of thing. So I think as time went on, like on Monday through Thursday, like I tried my hardest not to bug him. And that was when I started leaning into my female friendships. No, it's so true because it's something that I learned that like, you can also invest time in your other relationships. So like I said, investing more time in my female friendships. So like when I feel like, oh, I've not heard from him today, instead of like bugging him, I will just call like, my friend and catch up and catch up. And then he'll be like, "Oh wow, you didn't text me today," and I'm like, "Oh okay." So he notices that I'm not, all over him and
Mm.
bugging him or whatever. Yeah. So those
So
were
kind
some.
of trying to like find time, find other things to do with
Yeah,
the time instead of like
yeah, and also
okay.
doing things for myself. Like it's just a relationship. It shouldn't consume your whole life. Like you should
Mm.
also not let yourself go, like do something that you love to do, like get a hobby, like do something, watch a movie, you know like just because you're in a relationship, it doesn't mean that your whole life should revolve around it. And that's something that I think Francis taught me, because like I could see that he also, poured into his friendships. Like it's not that, oh, I have a boyfriend, so like my friends, I don't interact with my friends anymore. Like I still manage to like find time for those things, for myself, for the things I like to do. So, that's what makes you, whole, So I think that
Mm.
was a good thing, in the end.
Yeah. And I want to say, because, Francis, I guess you moved, you said July 2019. Della and I, and our other two roommates, we became roommates like, I guess September 1st of 2019. And I mean, I can truly say Della gave us quality time. We got quality time with Della, like the Mondays through Thursdays. And of course, like, I remember when she would leave on the weekends, I would get so emotional. And I think like it got worse when she got married and she moved out because I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this man is coming to take my friend and my roommate. What am I going to do? But yeah, and also, I feel like it was so nice just, you know, being able to witness like your relationship grow, because I remember at the time I was living with Della, and like Francis would come and like sometimes he would bring flowers for her, and then he would also bring food. Like if I feel like you guys would bring us food and like just do things. And I just, I can truly say like this couple, the two of you guys, you're so similar in the sense that you're both very nice people to people, and you're very kind, and you're very like, friendly. And like Francis was always so nice to us when we spoke. I feel like sometimes you can be in a situation where, your friend might have a boyfriend, but maybe the boyfriend doesn't like talking to people. But I think
Right.
Francis was always like a person who would be like, oh, how are you guys doing? And all of that stuff. And of course, Francis, you thought I always talked like I was on TV, but it's okay. We can move past that. We can move past that. Anyway, okay, so that's good. And
Thanks,
Della,
Michelle.
yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you for like going into the whole thing about the love languages test. I think that's such a key thing. Like, and this is the first time I'm hearing like this whole thing of like, oh, trying to figure out how people love and stuff like that. So that is awesome. So then, okay, let's fast forward now. So how long were you guys in the relationship before like you guys then got engaged? Like how long was that period?
So 2018, we started a relationship and then we got engaged in early 2020. So almost end of 2019, we started thinking about marriage.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about that. When you say you guys started thinking about it, like kind of end of 2019, what does that mean?
So I think for us, we knew that the end goal of the relationship was going to be marriage.
Hmm.
And so it was there, it was at the back of our minds, right? It wasn't more like, oh, I'm just testing the waters to see what is there. And then if so, it was still at the back of our minds that okay, marriage would be the end goal. And throughout the relationship, we had conversations on that, like how many kids, that kind of thing, like
Yeah.
what kind of marriage, this is what I'm looking like. We kept having those conversations. So
Hmm.
it really didn't come as a surprise. Okay, when we felt we were both ready for it, we went ahead with it. But then the whole proposal thing, so was what was a surprise because in our culture, or maybe in Ghana, but now people do it. Like we don't really have the whole going down on one knee and then proposing.
Mhm.
It's pretty much if you are ready, your parents will go and talk to the lady's parents and then go and do the introduction to the lady's parents and then get things ready for the wedding. So we had gotten to that point where my family had also, like my mom and folks had already initiated that conversation. And we had a date set for the wedding, but the proposal, like the American engagement, that was what was a surprise
Yeah.
for Della because she
Wow.
wasn't expecting that. She just thought it was going to be the whole Ghanaian style thing. Okay, the parents are going to do this. Let me just wait till the wedding day or engagement and then have it done.
Oh wow. Okay, okay. That's so so interesting. And you know what I like about what you just said? I feel like the conversations you guys were having, kind of talking about, oh, how many kids would we want to have and that kind of stuff. I feel like that's really important stuff that sometimes people don't talk about until it's like, oh, now we're engaged. And then now people are like, oh, we're so different and like what we want about things. So I really, really like that story about what you guys said.
Yeah, but it's also an awkward conversation to have. I'm not going to lie about that, right? That because at times you just want to make sure that the other person also feels the same way.
Right.
Because it's very awkward or weird if the other person's motive is just that, okay, I'm in a relationship. It's one thing at a time. I'm just in a
Mm.
relationship. Please don't
Yeah.
bring up marriage
Very sure.
because I just feel like it can be awkward. So you should know your partner and then know how to test the water or something with them because it can also be a turn off,
It
right?
can.
That you bring that up and the person's like, okay, I guess it's time to run away.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. But it sounds like, I mean, for you guys, you had those talks and it worked out for you guys that
Yeah.
way. So that's really cool. Okay, so this is very interesting to me. Okay, so now while you guys were dating though, like had you guys met each other's families or talked to each other's families like on the phone? Did they know about the relationship? Was it like they knew about it when the engagement came? Like what was family involvement like?
Yeah. Family involvement was very high, like from both of us. So, um, my mother-in-law, like I met her very early on. Um, yeah, I met her very early on. So she was like, very aware of the relationship.
Hmm.
My brothers-in-law were too. On my side, my mom was involved, but then I think my dad was too, because anything my mom knows, my dad knows.
Hmm.
But the only person that found out a little later was my sister. But then in terms of like parents, I feel like both sides they
Hmm.
knew very early on.
Yeah.
Um,
But your sister saw me before your parents.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
met your sister.
yeah,
I think
Wow.
Della got to know my mom immediately when we started dating
yeah.
because my mom was staying with me in Baltimore. So when Della came to visit, my
Mhm.
mom met her. My mom was like, has he introduced you to this friend? If he has, then it's really,
Yeah,
then you are the one.
Oh
yeah,
wow. Wait, has he introduced you to this friend? Like there was a particular friend?
Yeah,
yeah.
like his name is Isaac. He's more like, I claim he's not my best friend, but the luck goes, he's my best friend.
So Francis, actually, it was during like a FaceTime call. I think it was while we were at the wedding in San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That I introduced you to Isaac.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when she asked me, I was like, "Yeah, you've introduced me to him." Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Wow. Okay, you are a real deal. The real deal then. That's amazing. Okay, so now let's fast forward.
That's such a weird thing for my mom to say.
So I was
yeah.
like, that's how how you know if you've made it or not. So that's sweet. So actually, real quick though, did you guys feel like each other's families liked, your significant other? Was it important for them to like them, or was it like, well, whatever? Like it didn't matter much.
Honestly, I think for me, it was important for my family to like her
Okay.
For me, like I saw, the relationship that Francis had with his mom, and I really really liked, their closeness.
Okay.
So for me, it was important that she liked me
Oh,
because,
okay.
like, yeah, for me, like, it was important for me that she liked me, and she did. But I think on my end too, I really wanted someone that will fit in well with my family just because of how, I grew up and how, like, my mom especially is. Like, I just wanted someone that she could bond with, someone that she could call. Cause, like, my mom is she's such a people's person.
Sociable.
Yeah. So I felt like if I, married someone that, she couldn't really reach out to, or someone who, like, would hide from her, I feel like that would have broken her in a way. But I don't know. It was very important for me that, like, my family liked my partner for sure.
Mm. Okay, okay. Oh, I love that. And I mean, it worked out because your both families liked the person that you guys were dating. So that's good. So, Francis, now walk us through this engagement day. Or actually, it's up to you. I don't know if we want to start with Della's side of the story or Francis's. I'll leave that up to you guys.
I think we'll do it together.
Okay.
Hmm.
So for the engagement, we went to the Peru.
Top of the hub, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
top of the hub.
it's shut down now. It's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys,
I
you're
guess
not.
they
I'm sorry. I know that this is not my story, but I feel like you're really not painting this part well. Guys, this restaurant was not just any restaurant. Okay, the views that you would see the views of your future. Okay, this is the kind of
Wow.
restaurant they went to. Okay, now you can continue.
Prior to the engagement, mind you, I had no idea this was happening. But then Francis kept saying, like, I need to get my hair done. And if anyone knows me, like, it takes me some time, like, because it's so much work to,
I
like, take
think
your
it's
hair
more
down.
like you hate to be told what to do.
But he kept insisting, and I had no clue what this guy was up to. And after the proposal happened, I was like, oh, I wish I had done my hair. But then I had no idea he was going to propose. um yeah, so we went to the restaurant. I was like, oh, this is really nice. I've always wanted to come here. And then when we got there were two proposals.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
So then at that point I'll be like, oh, like, it's so nice. Like, it'll be nice to get proposed to, but I still wasn't sure that that was going to happen because, I mean,
we don't
yeah.
do proposals.
Yeah,
Mm,
because at that point, I wasn't sure that I was going to get an American proposal because our parents were already talking. Like,
mm.
what else is left to do?
Do you remember when a proposal happened, the table right beside us?
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, I wish I was going to propose today.
yeah. So when he
Oh.
said that, I was like, yeah, I'm not getting a proposal at all. And then he stepped aside to go to the bathroom or whatever, and then he came back, and then he went on one knee.
Yeah.
It
They
was
brought a
really nice.
dessert which had the
Oh
ring.
yeah, yeah, yeah. How could I forget? Yeah, yeah.
So
But it
where
was
was the
really,
ring? Where was the ring?
No, no, it wasn't in the dessert, but it was just
wow.
on.
That would have been so Nollywood movie.
It was just like the dessert had "Would you marry me" on it, and then right beside it was the ring in its case.
Oh
So
wow,
then
Yeah,
this
I
is
picked it up
beautiful.
and went on one knee
yeah. And
and
proposed.
proposed and gave her the ring, and she said yes, and we lived happily ever after.
Oh, amen. Della, how were your feelings at that point? Because this is truly a surprise, right? You didn't see this coming at all.
Yeah, I was very overwhelmed. I was shocked because I didn't think that Francis would do an American proposal. I I didn't think that it would happen at all. And at that point I was just like, oh man, I wish I had done my hair, like, I wish I had, done my nails or whatever, but it was just perfect. Like, I was very happy, like, extremely happy.
This is
Yeah.
so sweet. This is so sweet. Francis, I mean, you obviously knew at this point that, she was going to say yes because the talks had been happening. But were you nervous at all?
Oh yes, I even forgot all my lines. I wrote everything down that I was going to say, and yeah. So after I mangled up my words, But the most important part came up, would you marry me and all of that. I gave her what I had written down
Oh
just for her
yeah,
to have as
I
reference.
still have that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so sweet. That is so sweet. What a sweet, perfect proposal story. I mean, except for the part about like the hair thing, but I think it also just adds to the surprise, you know? And I
Yeah, it makes it
remember
more realistic.
exactly. And I
Yeah.
remember, man, like when we found out, like me and the other two roommates, when we found out about the proposal, our excitement was beyond all of us. It was just, it was so perfect. And I mean, I'm so glad you guys, you know, ended up being together and getting married and that kind of stuff. So now let's talk about like how you guys knew that you wanted to marry the other person. Like, what was it about them, or how did you know?
So on my end,
On my end.
she she was a perfect catch, right? Like very beautiful, very kind, like really kind-hearted, very thoughtful, and willing to help. She goes above and beyond for everyone, her friends. Like she gives good advice. She's she was just the whole package, right? And I would be a fool not to have this person as my partner, as my wife. So yeah, just going through the whole process, I knew okay, like I've flagged out. I better claim it ASAP.
Yeah, but at
Wow.
what point though?
No, at what point would be like throughout the whole friendship, right? You get to notice all these things.
Hmm.
And what do you mean, like at what point?
Wait,
Like
wait, wait,
Because
wait.
a
So
whole
wait,
sometimes,
day?
Francis. In other words, you're saying while you guys were friends, you already knew you could see marrying her as something you
Oh
wanted
yes, I
to.
could see that when we were friends. Yeah,
really,
yeah, I could
Wow.
see that.
Della.
me, I saw from like the first month.
No, I wouldn't say that in the very beginning that okay, we're going to get married, but when we were dating, I could see that.
Wow.
For me, in the first month, I was like, this is someone I can marry.
Okay, but
Yeah.
when we're dating, yeah, I could definitely see that.
Wait, Della. So for
Mm.
you was the first month like of
The lie
knowing
was
each
the
other.
first day,
It
Michelle. It
was
was the first day.
no,
It
it
was the
was
first day.
it
My
was
dance moves just confused her.
someone.
She's like, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. That's my husband.
She was
I mean,
claiming him in the spirits.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I had also claimed her, but she didn't know.
the first month of knowing him, like he just ticked all my boxes. So I was like, yeah, this is someone I can definitely marry. Like, yeah. So for me, I was very sure from very early on.
Wow. Oh, that is solid. That is so solid. Well, thank you both for sharing that part of it. So, if you were to give advice, whether it's like to your younger siblings or to anybody, if somebody's like looking for a life partner and they came to you and they said, "Oh, what do you guys think are good qualities to look out for?" Like, what would you say to them?
I'll say, find yourself a Dela.
Come on.
Babe, that's the truth. Like, find yourself someone who is kind, someone who is beautiful because you want beautiful kids.
I know that's
Trust.
right.
Find yourself who is really smart because you want your kids to be smart.
Wow, a lot of offspring answers.
I would say that find your person, right? Because it's
Mm-hmm.
friendship is very important.
Mm-hmm.
That no matter how much you love someone, right?
Hmm.
They would annoy you. There'll be things that you wouldn't like at some point, but then if you have good and solid friendship with a person, it helps a lot.
Yeah.
And also find someone who is really kind. And also you should be kind, right? Like you just
Hmm.
need to be kind to one another because marriage, relationship, we love each other, but even with family members, right? Like they annoy you, there are things that would get to you.
Mm-hmm.
But once you know that you have a kind spouse, a kind partner, a kind wife, a kind husband, it helps that you know they would forgive you. You know you can also forgive them.
Right.
So
Mm.
I think finding someone who is kind and you also being kind is really key. And yeah, I'll say yeah, kindness is key on both parts. I just don't want it to be that find someone who is kind and can
Hmm.
forgive
Hmm.
you. Because you also need to forgive the person, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
even as a kind because if you can't forgive, you really can't love the person really well. You
Yeah.
can't really support the person. But I guess if you love someone, you can forgive them, you can be kind towards them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
For me, it will be, finding someone that you can be yourself around. Because the one thing you don't want is to be with someone who you can't be yourself around. Like, someone who allows you to be your authentic self, who isn't embarrassed by, who you are and will, allow you to be yourself. Um, for example, like for me, there are times where I need, to be on my own. Like I don't need any social interactions with anybody. And Francis doesn't make me feel like a bad person because of that. He just lets me be. Like he can tell, okay, she needs a moment to herself. I'll just let her be. And then, I'm by myself in my own company and then I'm fine. So
Mm,
I think when it comes to like, being in a relationship or getting married, it's extremely important to be with someone who understands who you are and allows you to be yourself, because I feel like that's a very important thing. You don't want a situation whereby you're losing yourself or you're becoming a shadow of yourself. I don't think that's
mm.
healthy. You don't want to be in a relationship whereby your friends are asking, oh my gosh, like, is she okay? Like she's like a shadow of herself. Yeah, I think that's a red flag. Um, so, being with someone who celebrates you, who appreciates you just the way you are. I mean, as human beings, like, there are things that we can do better.
Mm.
Um, there are things that we can unlearn, but then, we should allow people to be themselves. And I think your partner should be the first person to, allow you to be who you are. Yeah. So that would
Oh,
be it for me.
that was solid. That was really solid. Solid answers from both of you. And I like, Francis, how you were saying, while you're looking for certain qualities in somebody, it's important for you to be that. If you're looking for someone
Hmm.
kind, are you a kind person? And then Della, I
Hmm.
really like what you said about, somebody who allows you, who understands who you are and allows you to be like that. Because I mean, yeah, you don't want to be with someone who tries to change. If at the core you're like an introvert and someone's whole mission in life is to change you to be an extrovert. That is so tiring. So I really like both of the answers that she gave. So I guess as we kind of, close up the episode, we'll end with like, what is your guys' favorite part about being married to each other?
Just like the fact that I have like my friend, like anyone out there can like hate me, they might say mean things to me, but then I know like I have someone who, won't give up on me ever, who has my back. Like even if I do something wrong, like you let me know obviously, but then it's like having a friend for life. Like he can't go anywhere. He's stuck with me.
Yes, I am.
So that's something that I really like. Yeah.
How about you, Francis?
For me, it's the way we complement each other and just being there for each other, right? That in our relationship, I feel like we don't have gendered roles. I cook. I think maybe the gender roles are even reversed. I do the cooking. Della can fix a whole table by herself.
Come on.
And but I fix her table for her nowadays. She doesn't want to do it anymore. But it's just that we support each other, and I think that's very important for us to do.
Hmm.
And we've seen how our parents' relationships were. We've seen how other relationships are, and it's good to learn from that. Like learn the good things, things that you think doesn't seem to gel with you, try and see what you can change in yours, right? Because it's so easy to follow the norm. It's so easy to just go with the flow, but just being very cautious of it and just telling yourself, okay, how can I be a supportive spouse?
Hmm.
How can my spouse also support me, right? That there's something that I need to do. Like Della helps me with Excel. Like if I need help with Excel things, she can help me figure it out. And also, if she needs help with something else, I can also be there for her. So just being supportive of one another, complimenting one another,
Hmm.
and not really putting things as okay, gendered. This is a
Mm,
woman's job. This is a man's job. This
Mm.
is this. Because if you start doing that, it just makes it one person can be overburdened.
Right.
mm-hmm.
And also being ready to speak up, right? That when you feel burdened, just being able to speak up that, hey, I've been doing a lot of the cooking and I'm tired. Or
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing a lot of the laundry and I'm tired. I've been watching our son this entire weekend and I need a break.
Right.
Like I need to just go into the room and just close the door. So just being comfortable with each other to be able to share that with each other that, hey, this is what is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Being willing to compliment each other, I think that's what I like about our relationship. And I think it's really important for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like
Wow,
how you said.
wow. What was that, Della?
I was saying I like how he said that. That was really good.
Look at that, a supportive wife. Amen. And I really like how we're even ending this episode because Francis, something that you just said is from relationships that you guys witnessed growing up, right? Or like people around you being able to like take the good things and like trying to apply them. Obviously, you also have to figure out your own relationship, but like
Mhm.
seeing the good and trying to apply it or things that you didn't like, right? That you saw and like trying to avoid those things. And that's, the whole point of even doing these episodes, right? So, in case somebody's listening and this is the first love story that you're listening to, part of the reason why I was doing these conversations with married couples is that, for people who are, even for people who are married, I'm sure like there's some lessons you can pick up for other people's stories, but specifically for people who are single who want to get married, I think it helps to hear from people who did go through the process, like how their experience looked like, and we can always learn from each other. So, you guys, this was such a wholesome episode. Thank you so much for being on this episode with me.
Thank
Thanks so
you.
much, Michelle. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
It's been great. And I think this is really good for us, right? It helped us to relive
Yeah.
the good times, the old
Reminisce.
days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Been few
Yeah,
years and we
yeah.
are calling it old
I
days.
know. Acting like we were married for like 10
10
years.
years.
No, but honestly, I mean, like, honestly, 2 years and a month, like you said, being married, that's an achievement, guys, and I'm really proud of
Thank
you.
you.
And honestly, I mean, I can truly say, because with this couple, we live in the same city, and I've visited them, and I can truly say things that they said here were true. Like, even like when it's like when I visit them, it's such a partnership, and it's just really nice to like see that. So, guys, I am rooting for you. So
Thank you.
excited for everything that's coming your way. And yeah, I just pray that God continues to bless you guys. So yeah, so that's it, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you guys have any questions that you might have that you want me to pass on to Della and Francis, you guys can always hit me up at Unpacking Love on Instagram. That's it from us, guys. Peace. Francis, do we want to drop a song for them? How should we say goodbye?
We should say Peru.
Para, Peru, Peru, para.
Oh,